Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. We are from AS1204F. So for video presentation CHM301, we are going to talk about one of the most popular stimulant in the world, that is caffeine.
So here's the introduction of caffeine. So caffeine is a naturally occurring stimulant found in various plants. It is most commonly encountered in coffee beans, tea leaves, cocoa beans, and kola nuts. Caffeine acts as a natural nervous system stimulant, temporarily warding off downsides and restoring alertness. So the structure of a formula and names of caffeine, here's the IUPAC name, 137 trimethylxanthine. So the commonly name is caffeine.
So next, on the slide we will delve into the physical properties of caffeine. Caffeine appears as a white crystalline solid. It has molecular weight of 194.19 grams per mole. The melting point of the caffeine ranges between 235 and 238 degrees Celsius. When it comes to boiling point, caffeine sublimates at 178 degrees Celsius under pressure. That means it transitions directly from a solid to gas without become a liquid. And last for molecular formula for caffeine is C8H10N4O2. Now, let's look into the captivating world of caffeine chemical properties. Caffeine exhibits remarkable stability under everyday conditions, a bastion of resilience until it encounters the high temperature that lead to its decomposition. This classification as a weak base means it exerts only a gentle influence on pH level, more akin to a whisper than a roar. Caffeine reactivity is a symphony of chemical interaction. It forms fascinating relationships with acid and base, and is an active player in oxidation and reduction reaction. This complex test of stability and reactivity makes caffeine not just a common stimulant, but a compound rich in chemical intrigue and elegance.
Benefit and uses of caffeine. Stimulant. Widely used in beverages like coffee, tea, soft drink, and energy drinks to promote wakefulness and alertness. Pharmaceutical. Included in over-the-counter medication, especially pain reliever and cold medication for its stimulant properties and its ability to enhance the efficiency of other drugs. Cosmetic. Used in certain cosmetic products for its skin tightening and anti-inflammatory effects. For biological activities, they are central nervous system. It stimulates the central nervous system, improves concentration, and reduces the sensation of fatigue. Metabolism. It increases metabolic rate and promotes lipolysis, breakdown of fat. For cardiovascular, can increase heart rate and act as mild diuretic. Medicinal properties. First, we have pain relief. It can enhance the pain relief effect of aspirin and acetaminophen. Asthma can act as bronchodilator in some asthmatic patients. Third, neuroprotective potential protective effect against neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson and Alzheimer.
Okay, so I've been going at it for quite a while now, and let's just wrap it up. Okay, let's wrap it up and let's talk about it quickly. What is caffeine? Now, see, caffeine is a composition which contains multiple compounds. Okay, it's a compound with many compositions. Now, what it really is, it allows you to stay awake, keep alertness, stay not drowsy, and it basically combats that drowsiness. Okay, in the morning, people usually take it, that daily dose of caffeine. Yeah, that's coffee. Why? Because they don't want to get drowsy in the afternoon, or perhaps right at noon, where people tend to sleep. Now, right now, I'm at a volleyball court, which is located right behind my block. Now, imagine if I decided to play volleyball right now, which I'm not really good at, but I'm also asleep. I'm not asleep, I'm drowsy, sorry. Now, I'm drowsy, and if I decided to play, I would play really badly. Granted, I do play quite badly, but I would play much worse than I usually do, which is quite bad and quite embarrassing, in fact. But if I decided to drink some coffee before playing, and that caffeine hits, who knows, I might pull off some crazy tricks, and perhaps play the best game of my life. Okay, so in this presentation, we shall be talking about the simplistics, simple things, things that we might want to know about caffeine and such. Now, caffeine can be found in many different places, for example, in chocolate, tea, and coffee, but people tend to associate it with coffee. Okay, next. This is the chemical reaction which occurs in our body as soon as the caffeine hits. The reaction occurs in our liver. Our liver is responsible primarily for these sort of compounds, for example, alcohol and even caffeine. So this is the chemical composition of caffeine. This is the chemical formula of caffeine, C8H10N4O2. Okay, and after the breaking down, this is what you will get. C7H8N4O2 plus C7H8N4O2 plus C7H8N4O2. Three different things. However, they're kind of the same. These are the products. Okay, those three things are the products. Paraxanthine, theobromine, and theophylline. These are the products located at different parts of the compound. So the mechanism involved is hydroxylation and demethylation. Hydroxylation is basically connecting a hydroxyl compound to another compound. That is hydroxylation. You are hydroxylating a certain compound. And caffeine is the substrate, and CYP1A2 is the enzyme, which lowers activation energy, which allows the reaction to carry on much quicker. Next up is the reaction of roasting coffee. Now, roasting coffee has its own term. Imagine that. Okay, technically, it's also part of a different reaction, but the reaction of roasting coffee uses takes in this reaction, which is the Maillard reaction. This is the image. This is what actually goes on. Sugar and amino acid, you get glycosylamine. Okay, this is what you get. This is the reaction. Now, the arrow indicates heating, obviously, and H2O is released. H2O is released because of the reaction. Now, sugar is an aldehyde, amino acid, which is an amine, and in addition, and carboxyl. There's a double bond present, and water is released. Now, this is basically the overall reaction, and this is as simple as it can get. The image is provided by a certain website, which is stated in the reference. Now, let's wrap this up. So this is a brief on the Maillard reaction. When we roast coffee beans, a fascinating process called the Maillard reaction takes place, which is key to developing rich flavors and enticing aromas we love in coffee. So before we drink coffee, the coffee needs to be roasted, and you need to make sure that the coffee is roasted properly to yield the best products. As coffee beans are roasted, heat causes amino acids and sugars to react, and creation of melanoidins that give brown color and other flavor compounds. Melanoidins give the brown compounds. Now, after those melanoidins are produced, we will produce flavors: nutty, caramel, toasty, and even fruity notes. But if you decide to over roast these compounds, what we will end up with is tasting different things that you perhaps would not like to taste. These molecules, these compounds are volatile, which means that they can easily boil off and disappear. which will result in a bad tasting or perhaps something that you would not really would like to taste.
So you guys must get more knowledge about caffeine, right? So here's the conclusion about its caffeine. Caffeine is a versatile and widely used compound, known for its stimulant properties in various applications in food, pharmaceuticals, and cosmetics. Its chemical structure includes amide and methyl groups, and it belongs to the acetyl alcohol series, with well-documented physical and chemical properties. Caffeine remains an important substance with significant benefits for human health and industrial applications.
These are the references used to make the video possible. 10 of these, a combination of books, journals, and even websites. Hope you learned something new. We hope you enjoyed the video as well. And if possible, please share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.